राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे.
കരുണാമുരളീധാരാ മനസ്സിനിറയ്ക്കുക കണ്ണ, കരുണാമുരളീധാരാ ഗോകുലമണിയും മണിയും നീ, ഗോപികാഹൃദി നിനവും നീ, വൃന്ദാരണ്യ പൂക്കളിൽ നിറവും മണവും മധുവും നീ, കാളിയമർദ്ദക ഞങ്ങളുടെ കങ്കളിൽ അമൃതെഴുതൂ നിൻ മിഴിയാൽ, കരുണാമുരളീധാരാ ധർമാധർമരണങ്ങളിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ കൺമിഴി തെളിയാൻ നീളേ, നിത്യനിരാമയ ശംഖുലി പോലെ ഒഴുകാവൂ നിൻ സ്മരണ, കരുണാമുരളീധാരാ മനസ്സിനിറയ്ക്കുക കണ്ണ, കരുണാമുരളീധാരാ.
Namaskaram. My name is Vishnu Dasan. I am from the Central Committee of Balagokulam, Bhagyanagar. I am here to present the Maya Gokulam number 6 report. Before I proceed to the report, I like to emphasize upon you all the importance of keeping safe distance during the COVID-19 situation. Be home, be safe. Thank you. Coming to the report, Maya Gokulam number 6, Kali Yugabdam 5122 was conducted on 26 April 2020. It lasted for about 1 hour 10 minutes. The Upasthit Bala 19, Baliga 26, total 45. The YouTube was viewed by more than 300 persons. Program number 1, Prarthana. Prarthana was performed by Nimisha and Nishita of Yashoda Balagokulam. Number 2. The following Balagogulams was participated in Maya Gokulam number 6. Ambadi Balagokulam, Vrindavan Balagokulam, Manikanta Balagokulam and Yashoda Balagokulam. Next. Item number 2, Kids Zone. From Ambadi Balagokulam, Nikunj was assigned craft work and it was appreciated. Classical dance by Ananya and team was performed. Number 2, Manikanta Balagokulam. Drawing by Aksha V. Nair, 2 numbers. Drawing by Daksh Ranjit, 1 number. Oil pastel Shishira Sajeev. Painting colleague M.S. Anika Sudha. Craft work by Manya Sandeep. Painting by Anika Sudha. Dance performance Kumari Shraddha S. Kurup and Shruti S. Kurup. Craft work by Naina Sanjeev. Story by Ishan V. Vyakti Vishesham by Tirtha about Chattambi Swamigal. Vrindavan Balagokulam, Sainik Puri. Craft work by Kushi, pencil stand. Mind game, 1 picture, drawing by Nimisha, 2 pictures by Nikita. Dance, Prasanna Lakshmi, Mautika and Sri Priya. Tota Shtagam by Mautika, Sri Priya and Prasanna Lakshmi. Yashoda Balagokulam. Yoga demonstration by Nishita and Nimisha. Drawing by Nimisha and Nikita. Kunjunni Kavidagal by Ashwin Suresh, Avantika, Dainik Ajit, Jitika, Kirti, Pranay. Kirtanam by Advait and Nikita. As I mentioned earlier, request everybody to please follow the government directives and keep safe distance and stay at home. Wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Namaste. We children of Yashoda Balagokulam, Safilguna, are here to chant Nitya Slokas 1 to 21. So let's hear one by one.
शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये.
पद्मार्कं गजाननम् अहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तमुपास्महे.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. एकदन्तं महाकायं तप्तकाञ्चनसन्निभं लम्बोदरं विशालाक्षं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्.
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुदं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्.
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा.
नमस्ते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिमिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
नमस्ते नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि मे.
नित्यानन्दे निराधारे निष्कलाये नमो नमः. विद्याधरे विशालाक्षि शुद्धज्ञाने नमो नमः.
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. नमस्ते अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः.
कराग्रे वसते लक्ष्मी करमध्ये सरस्वती करमूले स्थिता गौरी मङ्गलं करदर्शनम्.
समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नी नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव.
गङ्गे च यमुना चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदा सिन्धु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु.
करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोऽस्तुते.
ॐ भूर्भुवस्सः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. नमस्तुलसी कल्याणी नमो विष्णुप्रिये शुभे नमो मोक्षप्रदे देवी सम्पद्यदायिके
यन्मूले सर्वतीर्थानि यन्मध्ये सर्वदेवता यदाग्रे सर्ववेदाश्च तुलसीत्वं नमाम्यहम्.
Namaste. We, the children of Yashoda Balagokulam Safilguda, will continue the Nitya Shlokas from Shloka number 22 in our next session. Namaste.
Namaste, I am Kushi from Vrindavan Balagokulam here to tell you about a festival called Trishur Puram. Trishur Puram is an annual Hindu festival held in Kerala, India. It is held at the Vadakunathan temple in Trishur every year on the Puram day, the day when the moon rises with the Puram star in Malayalam calendar month of Meda. Trishur Puram is a high-energy traditional drums and fireworks-driven festival. The main temples in Trishur are the Paramekavu Devi temple and the Tiruvambadi Sri Krishna temple have to pay their obeisance to Lord Shiva, the presiding deity of the famed Vadakunathan temple. The two aforementioned temples oppose each other during the celebrations and their elephant teams compete with one another on the sixth day through the elephant procession, fireworks and overall cultural representation. Thank you.
Namaste, I am Aksha from Mankanda Balagokulam, Kamlanagar. Today I am going to show how to draw anything from first three numbers. So first we are going to do for number 1. Extend the line from both the sides. we got a kite from number 1. Now with number 2, we got a swan from number 2. And now with number 3. From number 3 we got butterfly. So we got kite for number 1, swan for number 2 and butterfly for number 3. So like this we can make different items with different numbers. Thank you.
Namaste, my name is Tirtha from Manikanta Balagokulam, Kamla Nagar. Namaste, my name is Aksha from Manikanta Balagokulam, Kamla Nagar. The yogasana which we are going to perform today is Ardhakati Chakrasana. The benefits of this yogasana are it clears blockage in lungs, it improves flexibility of hips, improves breathing and reduces fat and tones the waist. Note, individuals suffering from high blood pressure and heart ailment should not perform this yoga.
Ardhakati Chakrasana. First, be in the yoga posture, both legs pointing and hands. Yes, this is the yoga posture. Ardhakati Chakrasana. Ek, lift your left hand parallel to the ground. Slowly lift your left hand. Do, hand 90 degrees to the ground. Hands touching the ears. 3. Stretch your body. 4. Bend your upper trunk to the left. 5. Look up. Look up to the sky. Slowly breathe in and breathe out. This is the Purna Sthiti. Be in this posture for 10 to 15 seconds. 6. Look forward. 7. Straighten your body. 8. Loosen up. 9. Bring your hand again parallel to the ground. Thus, bring your hands to the yoga posture. Now, we will carry out the same to the right side. Take your right hand parallel to the ground. 2. Hand touching the right ear. 3. Stretch your body. 4. Bend your body to the right side. 5. Look up. Slowly breathe in, breathe out. Be in this position for 10 to 15 seconds. 6. Look forward. 7. Straighten your 8. Loosen up your body. Now, bring your right hand parallel to the ground. Thus, again to the yoga posture. This is Ardhakati Chakrasana.
Namaste, I am Gayatri from Manikanta Balagokulam, standing before you to speak a few words about Shankaracharya. Sadha Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Shankaracharya Jayanti 2020 was celebrated on the 28th of April in Vaishakha. Shankaracharya Jayanti is one of the most auspicious celebrations of Sanatana Dharma. The day marks the birth anniversary of Adi Shankara, who was the 8th century philosopher of India. Adi Shankara was born in a Brahmin family to Shivaguru and Aryamba in a village named Kaladi in Kerala. 788 AD. It's also believed in some parts of India that Adi Shankara was an incarnation of Lord Shiva in a human form. He wanted to live an ascetic life from a young age. However, his mother was not in favor of this decision. He waited to grow up and take her permission. Once he was bitten by a crocodile in his leg while taking a bath in a river near his house. While the crocodile was holding his limb, he asked his mother for her approval to let him become a sannyasi. His mother agreed, and there began the journey of Adi Shankara as how we know it today. He was also called as Jagat Guru or Bhagavat Pada Acharya, as he preached knowledge of Vedas and explained to the people the doctrine of Advaita Vedanta, which was known to influence the spiritual realization of Hinduism. He shed light on various Hindu scriptures like Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. He is also known for his reinterpretation of the Brahma Sutras. Not only that, but he is also regarded as one of the greatest philosophers who established 4 monasteries in India, each situated in 4 corners of the country. Many believe that Shankaracharya went to Samadhi at the young age of 32 at Kedarnath in the Uttarakhand. Shankaracharya was an intellectual genius, a profound philosopher, an able propagandist, a matchless preacher, a gifted poet, and a great religious reformer. Perhaps never in the history of any literature a stupendous writer like him have been found. Even the Western scholars of the present day pay their homage and respects to him. Of all the ancient systems, that of Shankaracharya will be found to be the most congenial and most easy of acceptance to the modern mind. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Hello everybody, I am Ananya from Ambadi Balagokulam, and today I will be showing you how to make a beautiful wall hanging. First, take a color paper and take the cap and trace a circle around. Next, cut it. After cutting, it will look like this. Then, take one edge of the paper and fold it and then followed by the second paper to form a cone shape like this. Then after gluing it will look like this. Then take another color paper and using the brush roll this paper. After rolling, it will look something like this. Then glue this. And you'll get this shape. Then take this and using glue, stick it inside the cone shape. Look something like. Then cut out this shape from a white sheet of paper. Then glue these onto the white sheet paper. After sticking, it will look like this. Then set it aside and let it dry. Then cut out a smaller circle which is smaller than the previous one. Then again fold it to get the cone shape. After making the cone, make another stick type of thing to put inside and glue it inside. Then cut a piece of thread into this size and then using glue stick it on the back of a petal. will look like this. Then cut a shape which is similar to the one which we use to make a bigger petals and stick these onto the paper. After sticking, it will look like this. Then take this petal flower which we made before and stick it onto this. After sticking them both together, it will look like this. Now take a thicker piece of thread and stick it on to the back of our hanging. Then our wall hanging is ready.
So this is the right place where the ninth is Sanjaya again explains to all of us, to Dhritarashtra, with the two verses. As a Sutradhara, as a commentator of the program, he is explaining what state is Arjuna now, what could happen. Now the first two slokas are done by Krishna. As an answer to that, Arjuna gave his present state and then surrendering. So he has a student in front of him who is ready to do. Now it is Sanjaya who says, yeah, this is the trigger. Now Krishna will start his lecture. Right? So this is being explained to us with a trigger by Sanjaya. Sanjaya Uvacha, ninth one. Sanjaya Uvacha, Eva Muktva Rishikesham, Gudakesha Parandapa. I told you, whenever the names are being used, must be very careful. Gudakesha. Gudakesha is, here Arjuna is being called as Gudakesha. Gudakesha is the person who conquered his sleep. He doesn't require sleep. He knows how to stay without sleep. Eva Muktva Rishikesham. Having spoken to Krishna, who, the Gudakesha, the person who will not sleep, when there is a task given to him, he works overnight. stay with full sleeplessly he can work. Parantapa. That person who can do this is, what is his state now? He is a Parantapa. Who is that Parantapa? Who can destroy enemies. There are two adjectives given to Arjuna here. Gudakesha, who doesn't want to sleep, who can fight. So he has the ability to stay and sustain in work. And second ability, he can fight. There are two things which he can do. He can fight and then he can stay without sleep. That means he has got the physical ability and he has the skill. Both are there. But now what stage is that man with all the abilities? Who are they? People like us. We have lot of facility. We know how to do things. But what are we doing? We are sitting without doing anything. Why? Karpanya dosham. That is the stage in which Arjuna was sitting. Na yotsya iti govindam. Na yotsya. Without any utsaham. The attitude is lost. Ability is there, but attitude is lost. Beside Govinda, the giver of every pleasure, Govindam is making people happy. And there is Nayotsya, without any initiative, somebody is sitting beside someone who can give happiness of action. All contradictions. Sanjaya is not explaining to all of us, this is the real contradiction time. Na yotsya iti govindam. Don't look at word by word meaning. The logic behind it, the inner meaning, that is what is to be understood. Uktva tushnim bhabuvaha. Having addressed Arjuna to Krishna, Krishna to Arjuna. Their initial introduction is over. What happened now? Tushnim. What is Tushni Bhavam? The early morning before wake up, we are already up. We woke up, but we have not got up. We woke up, but we have not got up. What is that state? The laziest state. That is what Arjuna's state now. He woke up. He told Krishna, I want your guidance. But the way he is sitting is like early morning how somebody is on bed, though he has got 100 things to do. That's why Vivekananda once told, most of the Bharatiyas are in Tushni Bhava. This state of Arjuna is where most of us are staying. We know how to do what to do. But Tushni Bhavam, lazy, we don't get up. Bhuvava ha. Bhuvavaha. Becoming that state, he is sitting there. Sanjaya uvacha eva muktva rishikesham gudakesha parandapa nayotsya idhi govindam uktva tushnim bhuvaha. See the state? Tushnim bhuvaha. Sitting so idle, and his name is what? He can stay without sleep. He is a great fighter. What is the purpose if you have ability and you don't do? What is the use? That is what Sanjaya indirectly telling all of us. This is the stage in which Arjuna is. So what for such people, probably a kick is required, which already Krishna gave. Now advisors are required to make them active.
Good morning everyone. My name is Atira Vasu. I am from Manikanda Balagokulam. Today I am going to sing Pataka song, which will be sung especially during the special occasions of Balagokulam programs. And today I will be teaching one stanza and every line should be repeated, and then day by day we shall learn the other part of the song. So let's begin Pataka song. മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, കാവിക്കൊടി പാരിക്കളിയാടിക്കൊണ്ടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്. ഗോപി ഗോപന്മാർ നമ്മൾ, ഗോവർദ്ധനമേന്തിയ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ, ഗോപി ഗോപന്മാർ നമ്മൾ, ഗോവർദ്ധനമേന്തിയ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ, അമൃതം ചുരത്തുവാൻ ഭൂമിയെ പൂജിച്ച് ഗോവിന്ദൻ നമ്മുടെ തോഴൻ, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, കാവിക്കൊടി പാറിക്കളിയാടിക്കൊണ്ടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്. മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, മാനത്തെ കുയര് അഭിമാനത്തോടുയര്, കാവിക്കൊടി പാരിക്കളിയാടിക്കൊണ്ടുയര്, കാവിക്കൊടി പാരിക്കളിയാടിക്കൊണ്ടുയര്. അമൃതം ചുരത്തുവാൻ ഭൂമിയെ പൂജിച്ച് ഗോവിന്ദൻ നമ്മുടെ തോഴൻ, കാവിക്കൊടി പാറിക്കളിയാടിക്കൊണ്ടുയര്, കാവിക്കൊടി പാറിക്കളിയാടിക്കൊണ്ടുയര്. The next part of the song will be sung the next day. Thank you.
నమస్కారం, నా పేరు స్వర్ణ. ఈరోజు నేను మీ అందరికీ ఒక చిన్న కథ వినిపిస్తున్నాను. ఒక ఊరిలో ఒక భక్తురాలు ఉంటుంది. ఆమె నిత్యం దేవుడిని మనసా వాచా ఆరాధిస్తుంది. ఎలా అంటే హనుమంతుడు రామునిని పూజించినట్లుగా. ఒకరోజు రాత్రి ఆమె కలలో దేవుడు కనిపించి, రేపు నేను మీ ఇంటికి వస్తాను అని చెప్పి వెళ్ళిపోతాడు. మరుసటి రోజు ఉదయాన్నే భక్తురాలు లేచి ఇంటిని పరిశుభ్రం చేసుకొని వాకిట ముగ్గు పెట్టుకొని దేవుడి కోసం పలహారాలు తయారు చేస్తుంటుంది. అంతలో తలుపు తట్టిన శబ్దం వినబడుతుంది. వెంటనే వచ్చి చూస్తుంది. అక్కడ పుస్తకాలు అమ్మే వ్యాపారి ఉంటాడు. ఆమెకు కోపం వచ్చి, నాకు అక్కర్లేదు, వెళ్ళిపో అంటుంది. తను మళ్ళీ వంటగదిలోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ పక్కింటి వారి పాప తన కూతురితో ఆడుకోవడానికి వస్తుంది. కానీ వద్దని చెప్పి వెళ్ళిపోమని రేపురా అంటుంది. చాలా సమయం గడిచిపోతుంది. భక్తురాలు దేవుడి కోసం ఎదురు చూస్తూ ఉంటుంది. అలా చూస్తూ చూస్తూ తను నిద్రలోకి జారుకుంటుంది. దేవుడు మళ్ళీ స్వప్నంలో కనిపించి, నేను నీ దగ్గరకు 2 సార్లు వచ్చాను, నీవు నన్ను పంపించి వేశావు. అప్పుడు భక్తురాలు అంటుంది, నేను చూడలేదు కదా. అప్పుడు దేవుడు అంటాడు, మొదటిసారి వ్యాపారి రూపంలో, రెండోసారి మీ పక్కింటి పాపగా వచ్చాను. నీవు నా మాట వినకుండానే పంపించి వేశావు. అప్పుడు భక్తురాలు, నేను నిన్ను గుర్తుపట్టలేదు స్వామి, నన్ను క్షమించు. అప్పుడు దేవుడు అంటాడు, నేను అందరిలో ఉన్నాను, అందరి దగ్గర ఉన్నాను. అతిథి దేవోభవ అని మన పెద్దవారు అంటారు. ఇంటికి వచ్చిన ఎవరినైనా సరే దేవుడితో సమానంగా మనం వారిని పూజించవలెను. అతిథి దేవోభవ అంటే అతిథి దేవుడితో సమానం అని అర్థం. ధన్యవాద్.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు మనం అక్షయ తృతీయ గురించి తెలుసుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. మన ఋషులు మనకు కొన్ని పర్వదినాలను ప్రసాదించారు. ఆ పర్వదినాల యందు కొన్ని కార్యాలు కూడా ఆచరించమని నిర్దేశించారు. దీనివల్ల మన మానవ జన్మకు కొంత సార్థకత లభిస్తుంది. అలాంటి కొన్ని పర్వదినాలలో అక్షయ తృతీయ ఒకటి. అక్షయ తృతీయ నాడు మానవాళికి ఋషులు చేయమని నిర్దేశించిన కార్యాలు దానము చేయుట. ఏదైనా మీకు తోచినది. వేసవి కాలంలో ఈ తిథి వస్తుంది కనుక వేసవి కాలంలో ఉపయోగపడేవి చల్లని నీరు, విసనకర్రలు, గొడుగులు, ఇలా ఏవైనా. మీకు స్తోమత ఉంటే బంగారం కూడా చేయొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు మిగతా రోజుల్లో కూడా చేస్తాం కదా. ఈరోజు చేయడం వల్ల ఉపయోగం ఏమిటి అంటే, దానము చేసినప్పుడు పుణ్యం వస్తుంది, మరియు మనం ఇచ్చిన వస్తువు వారు వాడుకున్న ప్రతిసారి మనకు పుణ్యం వస్తుంది ఈ తిథి యందు దానం చేయడం వల్ల. అలా అని ఏదో వస్తుంది కదా అని ఆశించి కాకుండా, నలుగురికి సహాయం చేసే పుణ్యకార్యానికి భగవంతుడు మనని ఎంచుకున్నాడని భావిస్తూ చేద్దాం. ఆరోగ్యకరమైన ఆలోచనలతో మనమందరం ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటూ స్వస్తి.
Namaste. Welcome you all to this new session of Maya Gokulam. I am Ravi Kumar Ambadi. Had there not been a disturbance due to this coronavirus, today we would have been in a festive mood in Kerala, because today we are celebrating one of the greatest festivals, not only in Kerala but across the world. It's known as Trishur Puram. It's a traditional festival which has been celebrating for past 222 years. It has a great history also behind that. Actually, there was another great festival which is the largest festival in terms of the number of participants and the number of elephants and the number of other artists, etc., etc. So it's also known as the Deva Sangamam. It is believed that all the gods and goddesses will assemble at Arattabuda temple on the occasion of Arattabuda Puram. So once, that's in 1797, around 10 temples in and around Thrissur town, they were not able to participate in the Arattapuza Puram due to heavy rain. So the next year, that is in 1798, they were banned from participating in Arattapuza Puram, all these 10 temples. So as you know already, that India were being ruled by different kings as princely states before the Britishers come. Same way, Kerala has also been divided into several princely states, and one among them was the princely state of Cochin. So this Thrissur comes under Cochin princely state. Then the people from Thrissur, they went to meet the Maharaja of Cochin, and on those days it has been ruled by one great king called as Shaktan Tamburan. So they met Shaktan Tamburan and told them about all the incidents. So Shaktan Tamburan came to Thrissur. The famous Vadakanatha temple, it's located in the heart of the Thrissur town, and it is surrounded by about 65 acres of ground called as Swaraj Round. So that Shaktan Tamburan, he asked these people, the 10 temple authorities who have been banned from participating in Arattapuza Puram, to assemble at this ground and make it a celebration. Like that, in 1798, the Thrissur Puram has started. So he has divided the 10 temples into two groups. One group under Paramekav temple and the other group under Tiruvambadi temple. Paramekav and Tiruvambadi, they are the two main temples which are participating in Thrissur Puram. The Puram actually starts almost 1 week before the Puram day. It starts with the flag hosting. Then on the 4th day, there will be a sample fireworks show. It's known as sample vedikattu. And the same day, the exhibition of elephant ornaments and caparisons etc. will start at two different places. One will be displayed by the Paramekav and the other will be displayed by the Tiruvambadi. Thousands of people, including foreigners, used to gather during this Anachamayam exhibition every year. This 2-day exhibition is an important part of Thrissur Puram, and during this exhibition they will exhibit all types of ornaments including caparisons or nettipatam for the elephants, decorative fans or alavatam made up of peacock feathers, royal fans or alavatam, and decorative umbrellas or muthukudas. On the Puram day, small processions will start coming from 8 different temples to the Vadakunada temple in the morning. They will reach there by around noon, and after the noon, there starts the main phase of the Thrissur Puram, that is the processions from Tiruvambadi and Paramekav. After Madathil Varavu and Elanyithara Melam, when they reaches in the final stage, there starts the world famous Kodamatam or the changing of decorative umbrellas. That's the main attraction, one of the main attractions of Thrissur Puram. By the time the Kodamatam is over, the skies will start getting darkened. There starts the small fireworks show. But the major attraction, the major fireworks will be in the next day early morning by around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. That's another attraction of Thrissur Puram. And the same day morning, there will be another Puram where all these processions, Kodamatam, etc. will be repeated. It is known as the Puram for the Thrissur people. Because on the Puram day, the people from around the world, you can say, around the world will come there. So the local people won't go there in good quantities or in good numbers. So there is a special Puram for them in the next day. Once that is over, it is known as Pagal Puram. Once it is over, both the goddess of Paramekav and Tiruvambadi, they will meet each other and bid goodbye to each other, saying that they will meet on the next Puram day. Unfortunately, in the 222 years of Thrissur Puram, this is the first time the Puram has got cancelled due to coronavirus. Earlier in 1962, during the Indo-China War, the Puram, of course, they have not cancelled it, but has been limited to single elephant. From each side there was only one elephant each, and they just celebrated with limited sources. This time they have to cancel it entirely. Anyway, let us hope that we all will meet at Thrissur Puram next year. Have a nice day. Bye.
In the series of talking about life positive A to Z, the letter now we have is L. Love yourself first and the most. If you don't love yourself, how can you be a positive person? How can you be happy? So don't miss loving yourself. L stands for learned. If you want to have the dignity of saying that I am a learned person, you will have to spend a sufficient time in learning. You have to be loving. If you are not loving, you cannot love yourself, you cannot love anybody else. Love yourself, love everybody. Every living being, every creature, every animal, every plant, every flower, the river and the sky. You have to be a person who has the quality which is laudable in you. If you don't have a quality which is laudable, which you have not acquired yourself, you cannot be positive for longer time. You have to be lenient. That means you have to have the ability to become considerate. You have to have the ability to become tolerant, the ability to become merciful, the ability to show kindness. That's most essential as a human being. You have to be liberal. Liberal is one quality which you should have. As liberal as possible, accepting anything, and kindness in the form of being liberal to all beings around you. Open to new behavior patterns. Accept everything around you. Liberal in accepting the new things, and also liberal in accepting the traditional things. Both are essential. Literate. If you are not having the habit of reading, acquiring knowledge, good vocabulary, good skill for speaking and writing, as a human being, sometimes it could become a hurdle in your progression. Therefore, be literate, lively, energetic, showing force, courage, action, pushy, jovial, bubbly. All that is essential, and that shows you are a lively person. You have to have the leadership qualities. That means you have to be leading. Leading is being with the people and think beyond those people so that you can take them into the new direction. So you should have the quality of assessing, looking into the future, accepting what is going to happen, and then taking people along with you. These qualities are essential for a person to be successful. That makes somebody highly positive. LIFE, live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. LEARN, learn. When you remove L, it becomes earn. EARN, that means you are going to earn money when you finish learning. So life is full of learning. LIFE, learn in full enjoyment. Live in full enjoyment. In the series of A to Z on life positive, the letter M. M says make it happen. Anything can be done only when you have plan. But plan alone will not help. Making it happen is more important, and probably more important than planning. You can do that only when you have few M's. M stands for master. The mastery is having control on, having power, able to take care of. So master is more important. The next one is mature. M stands for mature. Having reached in an advanced stage of mental state, emotional development, a characteristic of an adult that can consider things in its real perspective, understanding things with maturity. That is what is to be supported to the first M master. If it can be supported by the maturity, the master can perform really well. Next, M stands for meek, M-E-E-K, meek. Meek means you should have the quest. Meek also means submissive, gentle. So if you are gentle and submissive and also you have the quest, I'm sure you can control many things under you. You have to be merciful. M stands for merciful. As a human being, one of the quality which you should have is mercy. The abundance of exercising mercy, showing that to the people who deserve it, is called merciful. And you have to be a meritorious person. Merit is something which shows great attention of details. You should have the quality of showing what is good and assessment ability. M stands for meticulous. You have to be meticulous. The showing the great attention to its details and very careful and precise in whatever things you do. This is what is doing things meticulously. When you do things meticulously, it gets into perfection. That is one of the positive attitude a human being should have. God bless you. Be a master. Make things happen with the hand of a mastery. Meticulously, matured, meek, and show mercy. And you are a meritorious person.
Namaste, Balagokulam kids. I hope you all are at home. Your vacations may have started and everybody is under lockdown. So I will tell you a story which will lead you to what our present condition is and how at each moment the Lord is with us to save us from any such tough times. So I am going to tell you about a story of a sparrow. So you see sparrows around. So I'm going to tell you about a small sparrow, so which recently laid some eggs, and the offspring started coming out of those hatched eggs. So it is the nest of the sparrow is on a tree, and it is along with its offsprings, 3, 4, 5 of them are there. So the sparrow was providing food, etc. to these small young offsprings. Now, do you know where this tree is? So this tree was located in Kurukshetra, where, as you know, the 18-day war between Kauravas and Pandavas took place. So before the war began, one day before, we know who are Kauravas, who are Pandavas, we know, and Krishna was with Pandavas. So Krishna along with Arjuna visited this field, or I can say the about to be battlefield. And as Krishna and Arjuna were looking around the region, so suddenly one sparrow came and told to Krishna that, Krishna, one of the elephants brought down a tree which was housing my nest, and in that nest I had my offsprings. So what has happened before? So the nest where the sparrow was feeding its offsprings, which was on a tree. That tree was brought down by one of the elephants, which is going to fight in the battle. So when the sparrow came to Krishna, Arjuna, who was beside Krishna, tried to shoo it away, but Krishna patiently listened to the sparrow, and the sparrow was telling Krishna, even though you are there to protect us, why you couldn't save my offsprings or my nest? So Krishna answered saying that this is part of the law of nature and you cannot change that. So to this, again, the sparrow was surprised. Krishna, when you are there, how you cannot change the law of nature, or how you could not protect me from this law of nature? Krishna patiently listened, and then replied back to the sparrow to keep reserve for the food for next few days in the nest. So listening to Krishna, the sparrow agreed and flew away, thinking that it will store the food required for few days. Next day, the battle between Kauravas and Pandavas in Kurukshetra started. So just before it was about to start, what Krishna did was, Krishna requested Arjuna to give the bow and arrow. Arjuna was taken by surprise because Krishna has vowed that he will not use the weapon in the war. But then he is asking for the bow and arrow. So, but again, this was Krishna, so he politely agreed and gave the bow and arrow to Krishna. So what did Krishna do? Krishna took the bow and arrow and then sent the arrow to the elephant which brought down the tree. And the arrow hit the elephant in its... there was a bell hanging from the neck of the elephant, and the arrow went and hit the bell that was hanging around the neck, and it brought it down. After that, Krishna returned the bow and arrow. Then Arjuna was again surprised. Hey, Krishna may have aimed at the elephant. It did not miss actually the target was missed. Elephant is there. The arrow has not hit the elephant, so elephant is there itself, but it accidentally hit him. So to Arjuna, he felt that it hit the elephant only on the bell, which brought the bell down. And as we know, 18th day the war happened, battle of Kurukshetra happened between Kauravas and Pandavas, and as you know, at the end, Pandavas became victorious. Many warriors died. Abhimanyu, Bhishma, Drona, so many of them died. And after the war, the next day, Arjuna and Krishna came to the battlefield. So they could see that everywhere around there were soldiers who had died, and elephants, horses, etc., who were all killed in the battle. So they could see all around. Then Krishna was searching for something around, and then he found one elephant which was lying there, and near that he could see the bell, which on the day before of starting of the battle he had aimed at, and the bell had fallen there. So Krishna asked Arjuna, kindly take that bell from that place. So Arjuna obediently obeyed. He went and took the bell, and to his surprise he found that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small sparrows going out along with the mother sparrow. So what has happened? So Arjuna could understand now what has happened. So it was under the protective cover of Lord. Krishna. So the bell had the bell where Krishna had aimed at fell. So when the arrow hit the bell, it fell over the nest and it was housing the nest. And since Krishna had asked Sparrow to take reserve of food for many days, so that Sparrow was safe inside with enough food for its offsprings, and after the war it could go off. So it is also similar to the testing times now. So we are all under lockdown. There is Krishna there who is protecting, who is who has put a kavach around us. So we need not worry. We will come back to the old times. So these testing times will be over. Krishna will be there to protect us, and we have to stay safe with enough food reserves, etc. Stay healthy, stay safe. Namaste, kids, again. I hope you enjoyed the story.
ॐ सर्वेऽपि सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्